The new Borderlands show just happened and we got a lot to talk about. There's namely a new update coming this week that includes the first level cap upgrade, a new event with new weapons and way more. Plus we learn more about future content and way more. A like on the video would be really appreciated and let's go. On February 13th, we get the first big Borderlands 3 update of 2020 that includes a number of quality of life improvements. For example, after installing the update, we will be able to skip all the cutscenes in the game, even if you haven't watched them yet. So you can do this in solo play, or the host of your party will be able to do this. Guardian rank toggling will also be coming with this next big update and will allow you to individually disable specific perks, or you will also be able to disable the entire system if you prefer a more vanilla leveling experience. And the true takedown mode will also be coming with this new update, meaning that there will be a switch next to the entrance of the takedown that is not there yet, and with that switch you can make the content scale to 4 players or to your party size. And before I go in depth on this new Valentine event, I first want to talk about the new level cap, because the max level is going from 50 to 53, so only 3 levels, but you will be able to spend more skill points. So that will be great, but it does of course mean that we have to grind for kind of the same weapons all over again. Although with the recent increased drop chances for the many bosses and the activities, it should be easier than the first time around. We should get more level cap upgrades in the future and they will be free for everyone, so that is great, because in Borderlands 2 we of course had to pay for them. We should not expect skill points though for every new level that we will gain. Gearbox is namely looking at other ways that we can grow our character that is not tied to skill points. No info on that yet, but it does sound interesting for sure. Just like this new event that will also kick off on February 13th, so when the new patch goes live, and actually lasts for 1 week only, and has some new weapons. Before we look at those new weapons, I first want to give away a weapon that you can currently get, the Incendiary Phaser, that has increased damage thanks to the elemental beam, and it's just a great all-around weapon. All you need to do for a chance to win this gun is leave your PlayStation Network ID in a comment under my pinned comment, and be sure you are a subscriber of the channel as well before you enter. I will announce the winner in a future Borderlands 3 video, and Kratos the Great won my Moonfire pistol from my previous video, so we'll send you a friend request and then the gun. So this new Broken Hearts event is not as big as the Bloody Harvest event, like it will not feature a new map or a new boss, just hearts that will appear when we fight enemies in the familiar locations. So similar to the Ghost from the Bloody Harvest event, only these hearts should only have positive effects, like a damage buff, and yes, you see the new SMG here that I will touch on in a second. There is a floating heart that will explode when you shoot it, but also one that will then have surrounding enemies fight for you. Really cool. And there's also a loot heart that gives you loot when you shoot it, and one seems to summon some of the ghosts from the Bloody Harvest event. I'm not really sure what is going on here. So quite a lot of variety, and the more of these hearts that you shoot, the more rewards you unlock. After 10 you get a new Echo skin, for 25 a new weapon trinket that looks to be small but pretty cool, and after breaking 50 hearts you get the new Terminal Polyamorous Molly 1 SMG with a laser beam that also seems to go to other targets, kind of like the Redistributor, and it also comes in different elements, so pretty good. You also get a character skin after 75 hearts, and for breaking 100 hearts, you get the new Wedding Invitation sniper rifle that shoots incendiary bullets, but since it's a Jacob's gun, it has the bullets fly to other enemies, and those bullets are cryo, so that's a pretty cool touch. And looking at this slow motion footage, for example, that Gearbox also shared with me, we can see that there are many hearts floating around, so I don't think it will take that long before you have 100 hearts. And if you are then done with the event and grew tired of these hearts like flying around, then you can turn the event off in the menu. So that's a great new addition that they added after feedback from the Bloody Harvest event. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool new event, and 2 new weapons are of course great, but after Bloody Harvest I did expect a little bit more. There is way more content coming though after this February update, like completely new Guardian rank perks that will go live for free for everyone, around the same time as the second Season Pass expansion. And while they did not share any concrete details about the second expansion, we did learn that on February 27th we will get the first trailer for that second expansion, so that will be at PAX East. And during the Borderlands show around March 18th, we will get a lot of gameplay from this DLC. The only thing they really said is that it should include some familiar characters from the previous Borderlands games, but we of course already saw that in the Moxie's Heist DLC as well. So we don't know when this second expansion is launching. It could be March, but it could be the month after that as well. What we do know is that there are many improvements and new features coming in March, like Fight for Your Life improvements that should make it easier to revive your teammates. You can also easily see who is reviving who, and it also lets you revive someone together to make it go faster, so that's pretty cool. Mayhem 2.0 is also coming in March, and that should make this mode that you unlock after you finish the main story more positive, like with more positive modifiers instead of the debuffs that we see right now in the first 3 levels. It's kind of unclear if they will completely redo Mayhem Mode 1, 2 and 3, although they are kind of teasing that they want to go for more positive modifiers going forward. Overall, in Mayhem 2.0, we should be challenged to try different builds thanks to the buffs that we get. And hopefully they add Mayhem Mode 5 as well with some new legendary weapons, something I really liked from that November update. And right now Mayhem 4 is totally manageable at this point, so a new mode would be very appreciated. We of course in that November update also saw the first takedown, so that also helped with new weapons. And it has been confirmed that we should totally look for more takedowns and events in the future. And they once again kind of confirmed that the takedowns are the way they want to handle the raid bosses from the previous games, so to have more of an activity around it instead of just one fight. Although they are open to explore the more quicker raid boss stealth encounters, so hopefully we see that in the future. Also some sad news, namely that staying in a party after you save and quit is likely not something that is coming, because it just takes too much work under the hood. So what I hope they will do is have bosses respawn without going back to the main menu. That would already kind of solve this issue, because then you can just stay in a party while farming one boss over and over again. And we of course saw this, for example, with Freddy in the Moxie's Heist DLC. Overall though, they are still working on performance improvements, and hopefully we see some of those things already in the upcoming February 13th update. And I will of course do a full rundown of everything you need to know when that update goes live, so totally subscribe to the channel for everything Borderlands 3. Like this video to support the channel. Let me know what you think of the announcements and this event in the comments down below. Personally, I kind of expected more because they were hyping this up, and now we are basically skipping 1 month. Like January did not have any big updates, and then in February we seem to only get this small Valentine event, and then in March we finally get some substantial new content. Hopefully I'm wrong, hopefully there's more, and maybe that will be announced during PAX East, but for now I kinda expected more, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now let's go gamble, because I got a win from Dennis, something we always like to do at the end of a Borderlands 3 video. Hey Dennis, we made it to the jackpot. Yeah, yes. Nice emote. What are we going to do, and what is at stake?
So there's 2 red chests here, which drop increased legendaries due to the event. And so basically, if I win, I get to pick a manufacturer for you. You can only use that manufacturer during the stream. If you win now, it's a draw, and we can both pick what manufacturer the other has to use. So we both lose/win in a sense.
Okay. Oh, I got 1, 2, 3. Oh, companion anointed. Oh, pretty good actually. I'm gonna grab that. Oh, whoa, 4.
So you got 3.
No, 4. I also got an Dead Eye Unforgiven.
Nice.
Sick.
I hope I didn't spend my luck on this chest, because this is... I have 6 from the looks of it.
Oh, wow.
All of them are legendaries, but that's not my chest. My chest is over here. So we'll see what happens next. So you got... I got... Yeah, this is 5. This is 4 legendary pistols and a legendary artifact.
Damn it!
So I'm very sorry.
Damn it!
So,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Now, what weapon?
I thought about it, and I don't want to be too mean, so I'm not gonna pick Atlas because I think Atlas is terrible. How about you use Doll for the entire game?
Okay. We're going commando, regular shooter weapons. I'm fine with
Yes.
that. I'm fine with that. Okay, so totally check out the stream. Every Thursday we will be covering or like talking about all the stuff that happened during the Borderlands show, of course, as well. So check it out, twitch.tv/JorRaptor. Again, subscribe to the channel and check out our previous video on a very nice weapon that you can actually get very early in the game. It's a pretty fun tactic, the Big Suck tactic. Check it out if you haven't already. For now, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.